Sparta. The name alone feels powerful. Movies show us perfect warriors, strong bodies, fearless soldiers, men who never surrender. Fitness brands use the Spartan helmet. Military units carry the lambda symbol. The whole modern world celebrates this warrior culture. But two ancient Greek writers documented something very different, something movies never show you. Two independent sources recorded Sparta's real customs. Plutarch was a Greek writer who lived around 100 CE. He wrote the life of Lycurgus, a complete documented record of Spartan laws and customs. Xenophon was a Greek soldier and historian who lived around 390 BC. He observed Spartan society directly and wrote the constitution of the Lacedaemonians. Two witnesses, centuries apart, both confirmed the same practices. What they documented will permanently change how you see Sparta. Sparta sat in the Laconia Valley in southern Greece. Walk through actual Sparta and you would find no grand temples, no beautiful artwork, no decorated public spaces, only military barracks, training grounds, simple stone buildings. Every structure in this city was designed for one single purpose: producing soldiers. In Sparta, marriage was not about love. It was not about companionship. It was not about personal happiness. Plutarch documented this precisely. Spartan marriage was a state-controlled breeding contract. Its only purpose was producing the next generation of warriors, and it went much further than that. Ancient sources document a practice that shocks modern readers. If an older Spartan husband was considered past his best years for producing strong children, he was expected to bring a younger, physically superior man to have children with his wife. This was not secret. This was not shameful in Sparta. It was considered good citizenship. Plutarch documented that refusing this arrangement brought severe social consequences. The community called the man selfish, not selfish toward his wife, selfish toward the state, toward the future army. Social shame enforced what law did not need to command. The selection of a younger man was completely systematic. Strength, fighting ability, physical fitness, proven warrior status. This was not random. Ancient sources describe deliberate eugenic selection. The state was running a human breeding program 2,400 years ago. And throughout this entire arrangement, the wise consent is almost never mentioned. The arrangement was made between men, approved by the state. The woman's voice was absent from decisions about her own body. Every baby born in Sparta did not belong to its parents. It belonged to the state. Newborns were brought before the Council of Elders, the Gerousia, a group of men over 60 who held supreme authority over Spartan life. The elders inspected every infant for physical strength and fitness. If the baby was judged acceptable, it was allowed to live. Plutarch documented what happened to babies judged weak. They were abandoned on Mount Taygetus, the rocky mountain outside Sparta, left to die. Archaeological evidence has confirmed what Plutarch wrote. The state that celebrated warriors killed babies to produce them. But even babies who survived inspection did not stay with their families. At age 7, every Spartan boy was permanently taken from his mother, sent to the Eugenics, the state military training system. He did not return his family. The separation was designed to be complete. Xenophon documented the Eugenics conditions in detail. Boys slept on reed beds. They cut themselves. Food was deliberately insufficient. Harsh physical training every single day. Theft was actually encouraged as training in cunning. Boys were punished not for stealing, but for being caught. The system had one design goal: break the individual, build the soldier, replace personal loyalty with absolute state loyalty. Spartan girls were also state property. They underwent mandatory physical training, running, wrestling, athletics, not for their benefit. Ancient sources are completely clear on the purpose. Strong mothers would produce stronger soldiers. Women's bodies were state assets, just managed differently from men's. Even after marriage, Spartan husbands and wives did not live together. Husbands lived in military barracks. Wives lived separately. They met rarely and in secret. The state deliberately prevented emotional attachment between spouses because state loyalty had to come before spousal loyalty. This system eventually destroyed itself. The population declined. The brutal selection process and constant military losses reduced Spartan numbers steadily. In 371 BCE, at the Battle of Leuctra, Sparta lost to Thebes. The myth of Spartan invincibility ended. 146 BC, Greece itself was conquered by Rome. Sparta became completely irrelevant. A system that sacrificed everything for military power ultimately lost its military. Meanwhile, in Athens, the same century produced something completely different. Democracy, philosophy, science, art, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. Athens produced ideas that still shape our world today. Sparta left behind almost no philosophy, no lasting art, no enduring thought, only the dark documentary record of what its system cost those who had no choice. Every culture that claims warrior glory has a cost, usually paid by those who never chose the system. Wives with no voice in decisions about their own bodies. Children taken at 7 and never returned. Babies judged by old men on cold stone floors. Ancient sources documented all of it. Plutarch and Xenophon wrote it down so history would remember the truth. The warrior glory was real, but so is the price. History demands we count the price, not just celebrate the warriors. If this changed how you see Sparta, like this video. Subscribe for honest history that ancient sources confirm. Comment. 1. If ancient sources shocked you. 2. If Sparta's system was totalitarian. 3. If honest history matters more than comfortable myths. Share this with someone who only knows the movie version of Sparta. The truth was always in the ancient sources. Now you know it too.